Welcome to When Wall Street Wobbles. I'm Randy Haynes, the retirement maverick and your senior consultant at ARC Financial Services. Every single day on my short show, Black Coffee and Safe Money, I tell you exactly how I give retirement advice. It's straight and honest with no fillers. I have no management fees, no wrap fees, no confusing fund fees. I want 100% of your money working for you. But today, we need to take a longer look at a massive structural fault line spreading right underneath the American retirement system. If you pull up your 401k or your IRA statement right now, there is a very high probability that you own a S&P 500 index fund. And for decades, we've been told that buying the S&P 500 is the ultimate safe bet. Because it supposedly spreads your money across 500 of the biggest, most stable companies in America. And because of that, you think you're diversified. And because you're diversified, you think you're safe. But Wall Street is hiding a dangerous truth from you. Right now, the S&P 500 is more top-heavy and more concentrated than it was during the peak of the dot-com bubble in 2000. You are not betting on 500 companies. You're sitting on the biggest, most concentrated artificial intelligence gamble in financial history. Let's talk about the cold hard numbers. A massive structural shift has taken place here. Something the analysts are calling the great narrowing. Just a handful of mega cap technology giants, companies like NVIDIA or Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, Meta, Amazon, now they account for nearly 40% of the entire market value of the S&P 500. Think about that. Out of 500 companies, just a tiny group of tech stock giants are doing almost all the heavy lifting. In fact, over the last year, AI-related enterprises accounted for roughly 80% of the entire stock market's gains. When you buy a passive index fund today, more than a third of every single dollar you invest isn't going to healthcare or energy or manufacturing or consumer goods. It is being funneled directly into the exact same 7 tech stocks. And why are these stocks flying so high? Well, it's because of an acronym, AI. We are seeing an unprecedented, eye-watering valuations of these tech companies. NVIDIA alone recently crossed a $5 trillion market cap. And to put that in perspective, that single company is worth more than the entire annual economic output of almost every country on the face of the earth except the United States and China. Now, artificial intelligence is incredible technology, and AI is going to change the world. But Wall Street has built a financial structure around it that is expanding far faster than actual business profits can justify. Tech companies are pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into AI infrastructure, into chips and data centers, and they're creating a massive circular flow of investment. But the question nobody on Wall Street wants to answer is this: when do these investments turn into recurring revenue? History doesn't repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme. We saw the exact same movie in 1999 with the internet. Now, the internet did change the world, just like AI will. But that didn't stop the dot-com bubble from bursting. And when it burst, it wiped out trillions of dollars of retirement wealth when the hype outpaced the reality. Right now, the Shiller price to earnings ratio for the U.S. market has climbed past 40. The last time it was this high? The year 2000. Right before the NASDAQ crashed 75%. So here's the real danger for you, the retiree, or the person within 5 or 10 years of retirement. When a market is held up by 500 props and 3 or 4 fail, well, the roof stays up. But when a market is held up by only a handful of mega cap AI pillars, what happens if just 1 or 2 of those pillars begin to wobble? What happens if corporate America realizes the returns on AI are taking longer to materialize than expected and they pull back on spending? If those top 7 tech stocks drop by 20 or 30%, they'll drag the entire S&P 500 and your 401k right down into the gutter with them. And if you're already retired or you're planning to retire next year, well, you don't have a 10-year window to wait for the tech sector to recover. You are exposed right now to massive market volatility, and you don't even realize it because your advisor told you that index fund is safe. That isn't safe money. That's speculation. You don't have to participate in Wall Street's tech gamble to secure a great retirement. This is exactly why I advocate for fixed indexed annuities for the core of your retirement income. With a fixed indexed annuity, you can still participate in the upside of the market, up to a cap, when things are booming. But here's the difference. When Wall Street wobbles, and when that AI bubble inevitably faces a reality check, your account, would just go sideways. Your principal is contractually locked in. If the tech sector drops 30%, your loss is exactly zero. Zero here is your hero. You worked 40 years to accumulate your nest egg. You should not be risking your lifestyle, your peace of mind, and the legacy you want to leave to your grandkids on whether or not a handful of Silicon Valley companies can justify a $5 trillion valuation. It's time to get your money off the gambling table and into a safe environment where 100% of it is working for you with no management fees eating away at your peace of mind. If you want a straight, honest look at your current portfolio to see exactly how much hidden AI risk you're holding, let's talk. Give me a call directly at 336-652-3314, and we'll look at your plan, take out the guesswork of your retirement, and build a guaranteed income floor you can never outlive. That number again is 336-652-3314. I'm Randy Haynes, the Retirement Maverick. Now, go ahead and enjoy your coffee because your money's going to be safe. And I'll see you next time.